Hey guys, Randy at ZZPerformance here. I want to do a quick install, make this a little more approachable for you at-home DIYers to install our 1.4 LUV and LUJ heat shield. We do have two different versions here. This guy's got some protective film on it, but it is a raw stainless steel. And then we have our Cerakote black version, which is my favorite version. We're going to be doing the install on a raw stainless steel version here. I just want to walk you through. I know it's a little cumbersome for some. It's kind of hard to fit your big meat paws in there some days, but I'm going to show you what you need to go ahead and get out of the vehicle to make this a little more palatable to install. All right guys, the tools you're gonna need for this job today, and we're gonna start off with the tools you need to take off the stock heat shield. The proper one that you wanna use is this E10 size. This is just a E-torque socket. We ended up using this 8mm ratcheting and wrench. The bottom bolt is a lot easier to get to if you have one of these guys. And then when you put your new one, an improved one from ZZP on, you're gonna want a 5mm Allen as well as a 6mm Allen. And I use 1/4-inch wrenches and ratchets here just because it's a really tight space. It's a lot easier to work in the area if you have smaller tools. You can also use this guy here. It's just an 8mm long reach socket. Just makes getting to tighter spaces a little easier. All right guys, we're gonna start off with taking your stock heat shield off. The hardware is E-torques. You don't always have to have those. This is just an 8mm box end wrench. You can put it right on there. Just don't put too many hand duggas on it. You don't want to break those off. Just get them nice and loose first. This one down here, real hard to get if you're a guy my size, but get them nice and hand loosened there, and then you can go ahead and back them all out. I'm gonna go ahead and back these out since they are nice and hand tight now. They are short little guys here, so make sure when you get them to the end of that thread, they don't fall out and fall into the abyss down here. Now while I'm backing this last one out here, you'll notice this particular Sonic has our intake, air intake, our PCV reroute kit, as well as our catch can set up. We're gonna have to remove a couple of those pieces just to make this a little easier to install. Go ahead and pull out the stock shield here. Pull it out at an angle here so it doesn't catch anything, and that's your stock one out. All right, now the main three parts here that I'm gonna go ahead and take out just to make our lives a little easier is this intake elbow, as well as this catch can bracket. And I'm just gonna pop this cap off and move it over to the side. These two here, you'll be looking at a 5mm Allen, so I'll go ahead and get those off. Conveniently, these Sonics have this nice little parts tools tray up here that you can use. Now you don't have to fully uninstall this guy. I just kind of get the hardware off of here just so I can push it to the side, make my life a little easier. Gonna go ahead and lay that off to the side. Next up, we're gonna switch out our 5mm Allen here, just for 8mm, to go ahead and get the intake elbow off. Once that guy's loosened up, you push it off to the side. And then lastly, like I said, we're just gonna take this cap up and push it off to the side as well. Now at this point in time, if I were you, I would go ahead and put something over the stock turbo inlet, just in case we have any bolts fall down there. We don't want a Tyler intake manifold incident. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece of pig mat, roll her up just so nothing falls down there. All right. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and grab our heat shield here. You'll notice that I have the protective film off. Please do not install that with the protective film on. It'll get really melty. For me, it seems as though it's easiest to start with the M8 hardware here. That's the 2 larger bolts. I'll go ahead and start this guy here, put it in the hole. You have to remember when you're doing this, these are stainless bolts and an aluminum head, so be very nice to them. And you don't want to tighten up all this hardware, you want to leave it loose like you're installing an exhaust. I mean, it definitely aids in exhaust, trying to keep all that ambient heat directed in the right places. So, and it's also fair to notice that you really should do this on a relatively cooled down car. Your last bolt here is going to be a 5mm Allen. It's this little short guy. I always try to put it on the end of the Allen. Put it in there by hand first if you can. So we're going to go ahead and take your 5mm Allen key here, get her right down there on that bolt, give her a couple little twists. That should about do it. And then go ahead and take our 6mm Allen up top, tighten these 2 bolts down. Remember what I said about not tightening stainless steel hardware down in aluminum too much, because like they say, every 10-minute project is 1 stripped bolt away from being an all-weekend deal. Nobody wants that. I give her about a hand tight and a little quarter turn there. That's 1 hand dugga dugga. And after that, we're going to go ahead and pull our pig mat out here and start reinstalling some stuff. I typically go with the oil cap first, just because, much like the inlet, you don't want anything to go down there. Then I'll go with our inlet. This is a big pet peeve of mine. Make sure when you're putting worm clamps on stuff, they're easy to tighten down again, because if you tighten it down on the back side of this turbo inlet, you're going to hate yourself later. Make sure this is nice and level. Go ahead and tighten her down. And last but not least, we're going to switch out our 8mm there for a 5mm Allen key to put our catch can back where it came from. It gets sandwiched here between your factory plastic and the front cross member. And these 2 5mm Allens. Last bolt. Make sure there's clearance here between the bottom of your catch can and your heat shield, because if not, it's going to make a lot of ringing and dinging noises you don't want to hear. All right, guys, that's done and dusted. A nice heat shield in your engine bay, a little bit of extra bling, and a little bit of a little functionality for that heat shield as well. This guy is available at ZZPerformance.com. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to reach out to our customer service team. That's customer service at ZZPerformance.com. And if you have any comments you want to drop, make sure you drop them below. We'll be glad to answer them for you and give us some ideas for the next video. Don't forget, here at ZZ Performance, we like to go fast, not broke. See you guys later.